Hey guys! So, today we've decided to start a new series known as the Productive College Student. In this series, we'll be talking about productive skills or hacks that have helped us become more productive as college students. The first episode is about the 80-20 rule.
So the 80-20 rule is also known as Pareto's principle, and it was first introduced by the Italian economist Vilfredo Pareto. Essentially, what he proposed was that 80% of the wealth was generated only by 20% of the population. That 80% of the output is generated by 20% of the input. After Pareto's death, people discovered that it doesn't just apply to economics, it's also a principle that applies to any part of your daily life.
For example, 80% of the consequences come from 20% of the causes. 80% of your stress could be coming from 20% of your modules or courses. It's all about learning to prioritize what causes that 80% of the stress, eliminating it, so you get a lot more result and a lot more work for a lot less stress.
Another way students can use it is that 80% of your income could come from just 20% of your time or 20% of the customers that you have. For instance, if you have a small business that you're starting at university, perhaps you have recurring customers who come every single week, and you have a few new customers but who are not really giving you much in terms of sales. By focusing just all your time on your main clients, you can reduce your time overall but still maintain 80% of your income.
Another way you could use the 80-20 rule in your personal life is to know that 80% of your happiness and 80% of all your fun and knowledge comes from 20% of the people. So maybe you should focus more on spending time with those people rather than 80% of the people who don't bring you as much happiness and as much joy. Here's how Lawrence and I use it in our daily life. I used to personally teach two courses, mathematical logic and calculus. However, I realized that a lot more students and a lot of my income was coming from mathematical logic, and a lot of my stress and a lot less income was coming from calculus. That is why I decided to completely scrap that course and focus only on mathematical logic. That reduced my stress, maybe my income reduced a little bit, but I had a lot more free time and a lot less stress on my hands.
But one thing that we realized is that this rule doesn't have to be concrete. It's not always 80-20. For instance, one thing I learned was that 40% of the knowledge in the textbook, from the lectures, and that was given to me was actually responsible for at least 80% of the stuff on the exams and in the tests. So I decided to actually focus just on that 40% and ask people as well who were in my class who knew which parts had the most dense information, and that way I saved more time and also got a really good grade.
So in essence, the 80-20 rule is about prioritizing and maximizing your value. There are some things that provide you more value for a lot less time and a lot less stress. You should focus on them rather than things that provide you not as much value and give you a lot more stress for a lot more time.
So that's it for our first episode of Productive College Student. We hope you found this video useful and you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.